a group from the UK, Australia, Ireland, 6 of them. Real nice group. Showed up a little bit ago, and they're going to line down this rapids, which I think is going to be very interesting. Easy. One last look at the Bloodvein River. So we just made our turn. Now we're heading up the Gammon. Time to see something new. On the Gammon, just downstream from the little rapids, which I can't see yet but can hear, and it looks like a little cautionary tale stuck in the brush. Aluminum canoe, all bent out of shape. It is extremely windy here today. Been finding a lot of fresh fallen looking treetops on a portage trail. A lot of fur on the ground. You look up and then there's the top of that one broke off. We've seen a fair number of similar things today, and some trees that are broke off, you know, about 4 or 5 feet off the ground. I don't know that they're all from today, but like you can see on this one, the top broke right off, and the needles all look real nice and fresh and green, and that's the way all the other ones have looked too. There's another one just a little farther up the trail, another fir that looked like it had the top broke off of it today. Makes you a little paranoid walking the portage trails, looking up at the trees and seeing how much they sway and how much they bend. And hopefully it goes down before tonight. I just assume not to be sleeping amongst all that. Fairly protected here right now, so it's not too bad. Heard a couple of trees break back farther in the woods. It sounds like a rifle shot going off. Thankfully the wind hasn't hindered paddling too much. Made it a little frustrating at times, but not too bad. Been a long day, hasn't it? Sorry. Wanted everybody to know you weren't dead. Did you have fun today? Had a lot of portaging, didn't we? You ran down the trails, ran the other way. Chased a lot of frogs, caught a fish, helped catch a fish. All tuckered out at the end of the day. Bugs finally left us alone for a little bit. Nice soft spot in the grass, right next to the river. Just curl up. Relax. think it's been about 3 weeks since I've seen one of these. Tailwind. Feels pretty good. It's about noon now. Had it most of the morning. No portages this morning. Won't be any until late afternoon, it looks like. Heading up the Gammon. Really widens out into a lake here. Mostly east-west, a little north-south to it. Big enough, it looks like it should have a name, but there's not any on the map. Nice little tailwind pushing me down it. Weather finally changed. To be determined whether it's for the better or not, but for the short term, it's definitely for the better. Had about 3 days of nothing but overcast and drizzle and rain. Yesterday was much cooler, nice and sunny, but extremely windy. Not a tailwind. It was wind calmed down at night around sunset. Crisp and sunny this morning. Then the wind picked up. Some dark clouds moved in. So right now we're kind of running in a mostly cloudy, and every once in a while the sun breaks through a little bit. They don't look like they're in imminent danger of causing rain, but they sure look like with a little work they could. Hopefully that'll stay away. Next day is considerably cooler. Rain would not be too pleasant. It's nice to have some cool, non-muggy air. Sleeping is a little more pleasant. It doesn't seem to have done much to slow down the mosquitoes yet. I would think it would start wearing down on them. Getting back into more of the landscape I started in. There's more rock, moss, jack pine, and lichens. Less dirt, grass, and mud. I don't know that I prefer one to the other, but nice to have some variety. See some little islands up ahead on the right. An opening, looks like an opening, a little opening back into what should be a long skinny bay that parallels the lake, which would mean I'm about the halfway point across the lake. So another half hour or so. Should be back to what looks like a river. A little bit of current. Should still be a tailwind pretty much all day if the wind doesn't change. although I've given up trying to predict wind direction when I'm on the river. It seems to follow the contours of the land and the bends and twists in the river, and comes from any direction it wants. You'll be running with a headwind and think you're going to turn a corner and you think, well, good, it won't be windy at least. But you turn the corner and you still have a headwind. Or you'll turn a corner expecting a tailwind and get a headwind. So, who knows what we'll have once we get off here, but might not be a tailwind, it sure shouldn't be a headwind.